See, I always had this confidence in me that करना तो यही है. अब इसको 1 साल लगे, जब मैं बॉम्बे आया था कि इसको 1 साल लगे या 10 साल लगे, करना तो यही है. 10 साल लग गए. I've been very welcomed, be it चाहे वो अनुभव सर हो, चाहे वो अनुराग सर हो, या चाहे वो करण जौहर हो. My first job was with Karan Johar. I was a casting assistant there, like I told you. So he's always been so nice. See, by the end of it, industry वैसी है ना कि सबको हीरो बनना है, सबको हीरोइन बनना है. So everybody fights for that. I think it's a very personal call people make. Hi, my name is Pavail Gulati. You're watching me on Rush Talks on PeepingMoon.com.
Hello everyone, welcome to PeepingMoon.com. I'm Rashita, Sahni and you're watching me on Rush Talks. Now our guest today is super special because not only has he impressed with each and every performance of his, but is also known as one of the most acclaimed actors of today's time. Welcoming Pavail Gulati. Hi Pavail, how have you been?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good as well.
Just such nice words. Thank you.
I genuinely feel that because, very fewer times do we see an actor whose performance leaves an impact. Now, I'm not talking about the screen space or, if you are the hero or the star of a big banner project, but it's just the performances that you do. Is that like a conscious choice? Because every role of yours has been very versatile.
So, there is obviously, when the first film happens, that is not your choice. I got lucky and Anubhav sir trusted me with the film. Anurag sir trusted me with this film. So those choices weren't mine. Those just fell into my lap. I was damn lucky because मेरे जैसे बहुत लोग हैं जिनको नहीं मिलता है. So I'm very thankful and I have gratitude towards that. But उसके बाद से वो लक बाय चांस में डायलॉग था ना, मैंने शाहरुख सर says in the end की पहली फिल्म तुम्हें चुनती है और उसके बाद तुम चुनते हो. So I think वो वाला फेस थोड़ा बहुत मुश्किल होता है to actually what to do, what scripts to take next. But yeah, there has been a conscious choice because I genuinely want to experiment and see, and I want to go into territories that I'm underconfident about. I think कि मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा. So I like to jump onto those so that I can, clear my head about those things and have more confidence in those kind of genres. But I get bored very easily. So I think to change it up is damn nice.
Okay. But you started off as an AD, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I was a casting assistant.
Okay, casting assistant.
Yeah, with Shanu Sharma.
Yeah.
And then
Mukesh Chabra, I think.
Mukesh Chabra also, and then Seher Latif. She's no more. What a lovely woman. So yeah, and I was aiding on ads. I was editing short films for money because Bombay बहुत महंगा है यार. And I also wanted to stay busy because by the end of it, it just आप घर पे बैठोगे, जिम जाओगे, वो सब करोगे ना, then your mind, you just lose your mind, I think. So I just wanted to keep busy and work at something or the other.
But was acting always your plan?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I was क्लास 3rd या 4th में था जब वो क्लास में मैम पूछती है ना कि बड़े होके क्या बनोगे, और सब लोग बोलते थे पायलट बनूंगा, इंजीनियर बनूंगा, साइंटिस्ट बनूंगा. मैंने बोला था मैं बड़े होके हीरो बनूंगा. So I think हाँ उधर से ही शुरू हुआ था.
No one in your family is from this line, if I'm correct?
My dad is a documentary filmmaker.
Okay.
My mother's a radio producer, but they are in Delhi.
Yeah.
And nothing to do with Bollywood.
Bollywood.
But yeah, I think the Kida of films is from my family. My dad used to do theatre. He still does theatre. So I've been exposed to a lot of theatre while growing up. So every summer vacations में theatre workshop करता था NSD के साथ, या dance करता था शामक डावर के साथ. So I've always been family के अंदर ही है ना to perform. So it was just a thing that और हम पिक्चरें बहुत देखते थे. Every Friday we used to watch a lot of films. So I think वो कीड़ा वहीं से आता है.
Fantastic. But there has been this thing, outsider, insider. How do you consider yourself as? Because I have heard a lot of actors, like we have seen Kartik Aaryan, there are so many to name, Shah Rukh Khan, who are not from the filmy family and they have made it so big today. But when they talk about their struggles even today, there's like a list of things that they have gone through to be where they are. So how was your initial journey like?
I think everybody goes through that period. Everybody goes through their struggles, and everybody's struggle is different. No matter who you are and where you come from, you have to have that struggle because by the end of it, the audience will decide, बाबा कि तुम चलोगे या नहीं चलोगे. So struggle different हो सकती है, पर होती सभी की है. मेरी struggle See, I always had this confidence in me that करना तो यही है. अब इसको 1 साल लगे, जब मैं बॉम्बे आया था, कि इसको 1 साल लगे या 10 साल लगे, करना तो यही है. 10 साल लग गए. But हाँ, I think that persistence and that confidence kept me going. Insider, outsider is these words are now thrown around more than it actually is, because it's easy to pull anyone down for that matter. But insider, outsider, I really don't know what. Maybe आगे जाके पता लगेगा. But I haven't. I've been very welcomed. Be it चाहे वो अनुभव सर हो, चाहे वो अनुराग सर हो, या चाहे वो करण जौहर हो. My first job was with Karan Johar. I was a casting assistant there, like I told you. So he's always been so nice. Worked with Zoya. She's such a special person, so lovely. Worked with Imtiaz sir. He's so nice. So everyone, thankfully, touchwood, have been very, very nice to me, and everyone's been great.
So there was no perception from their end that he's someone who doesn't belong here or doesn't belong from a filmy family.
नहीं, अभी तक तो नहीं
Never.
हुआ. अभी तक तो नहीं हुआ. Hopefully नहीं होगा. But yeah, everyone's been very kind to me. I've heard stories. Of course, everybody has a different experience, but my experience has been very, very good.
Oh, glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, not only films, but you have been trying your hands in the web space also. You're doing a show with Ashwini, and we saw you in Made in Heaven. And there have been different things that we are seeing in the web space. Firstly, I'm so grateful that this space has come up.
Yeah.
And it's a fantastic time for every actor. I think actors who have talent are finally getting a chance. Don't you feel so?
Yeah, it's a great time to be an actor. It's a great time to be a technician. There's so much work, and there's so much good work happening. Actually, there's so many times there are no DPs available, there are no directors available, because there's so much work happening and there are no enough technicians. So it's a great time to be an actor. I think agar OTT would have come like 5 years before, मेरा भी struggle का time थोड़ा सा कम हो जाता. But yeah, I genuinely wanted to work with Zoya, no matter how small or big the part was. I genuinely wanted to work with Ashwini Tiwari. I'm blessed that I'm working with these directors. I just call myself a lucky boy. And yes, I've worked hard, but I think God's been kind and everyone's been kind around me.
Okay. I remember watching you in Thappad, and by the end of it, I'm all in for equality, feminism, all of that. But I genuinely felt bad for your character also, because it was a very well written character. No one hated you. Throughout the film, there was no one. I watched it at the screening, I remember. And we discussed it afterwards, saying that, poor guy, it wasn't like a big thing or big mistake. Of course, violence is violence in any form. But don't you feel that the character was firstly very well written, and also there was this sympathetic mode attached to him?
I think more than sympathy, it was empathy. We were
Yeah.
trying to create empathy towards this character, because Anubhav sir was very sure about where to take this character, but we didn't know how to do it.
Okay.
So we used to always have debates on set ki acha, is this crossing the line, is this crossing the line, because we had this funda ki yaar agar my character name was Vikram, and ki agar if he's so wrong and if he's so bad, then every audience member, especially the male audience member, will look at him and say कि ये तो मैं नहीं हूँ. We wanted everybody to relate
Yeah.
to him, to understand that there is कहीं ना कहीं there is patriarchy in all of us, and there's patriarchy in women also, right? So we just wanted to have that connect. That walking that thin line was very, very tough, which Anubhav sir did so beautifully, and Mrunmayee wrote it. So it was just beautifully done. It was hard to do, but it was done so beautifully. And I think that was the only motive कि वो empathy जब तक नहीं आएगी ना, then people won't realize. Then there's no one. So basically that was very important, I think.
Did you feel that project was actually, it made you a risk taker? Because I remember Taapsee saying in an interview that a lot of actors actually didn't want to be a part of something like Thappad, and did not want to play that role because it had shades of grey, everyone has. But also because she said very correctly that when it's a film about a female lead, not a lot of actors come on board. Why does that happen?
I really can't answer that, because I'm doing a lot of films. I'm doing a film with Taapsee again. And I really don't care about screen space and screen time that much. I really care about the part that I'm playing, and I love doing grey characters. That's मुझे वो white wash characters बहुत boring लगते हैं और मैं उनसे relate नहीं कर पाता हूँ. So when Thappad, so I didn't, I wasn't risk taker with Thappad because Thappad was my first film. So right, it just came to me. I had to say yes, and I wanted to say yes, but it's. I understand where Tapsi is coming from because a lot of people will. Everybody tries to see by the end of it industry वैसी है ना कि सबको हीरो बनना है सबको हीरोइन बनना है so everybody fights for that. I think it's a very personal call people make. I haven't made that personal call yet and I hope I don't, but पता नहीं कब किसका दिमाग खराब हो जाए यार.
Okay. But also, you know, there's this debate that's been going on, Bollywood, South, all of that. Interestingly, in a recent Coffee with Karan episode, we saw Akshay saying that बॉलीवुड में हीरोज को प्रॉब्लम होती है 2 हीरो 3 हीरो फिल्म से बट साउथ में ऐसा नहीं है एंड दैट इज वाई देयर फिल्म्स वर्क सो मच बिकॉज दे आर वेरी सिक्योर इफ आई आस्क यू पर्सनली हाउ सिक्योर डू यू फील इन द हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री व्हाट वुड योर आंसर बी
No film yet, but I don't know how to answer that question because I have not faced that. But I genuinely don't have a problem with it. I genuinely look for the script and the director. So if both of those things are working and my character is good enough, I think I can do something with this character. I don't mind anything. Uh, I'm I'm just starting out, so I would like to experiment. I would like to see where else can I take it. Because Akshay Kumar has done so much and he's been there, done that.
Yeah.
So he can he's probably he can articulate it better than me. But I don't think I have a problem with something like that.
What about competition? Talking about competing with your contemporaries, do you feel people or actors are constantly put in boxes saying him versus her or him versus he, something like that?
Of course that happens, but it's not happening right now to me. Uh, Obviously there is competition to hota hi hai, but I don't take it very seriously because right now there's a lot of work happening. Everyone's struggling to also make good content, right? Because कुछ चल रही हैं चीज़ें, कुछ नहीं चल रही, so everybody is just running around like a headless chicken. But it's that competition has never come to a negative state for me. I've always liked other people's work. I've always literally called them and told them that I love your work. So I don't think I'm competing on that front. Yes, I envy them sometimes कि यार वो कितना अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. And that just makes me, I think, learn more and grow more. But it's not, of course, there's competition, but for me, it's not come to a negative space abhi tak.
Nice. What about versatility? As I mentioned in my first part in the intro, that every character that I have seen, or even I watched a trailer yesterday of Dobara, and whatever you are doing in the future, you're doing Goodbye. All of these seem to be in a different space. Now, we don't know much about your role in these projects, but how do you select your roles or a particular project when it comes to you? What is the most important thing that you see?
Firstly is the script, then is the director, and then comes your character. How do you feel you can do justice to it? I think these three are the main points. When Anurag sir offers you a film, you have to do it because he's been my dream director for all my life. I love that man. I love the person more than the director. So I'm here because of him. So I owe my life to him in that sense. And with him, I knew that I'm stepping into something that ये कुछ भी कर सकते हैं और किसी वक्त भी कर सकते हैं. तो शूट के एक दिन पहले उन्होंने बोला चलो took me to Alim Hakim and it's अब मूछ रहेगी और बाल काट देंगे. So he just goes off like that. With Vikas, it's so easy working with him because he's such a funny and loving guy. He's almost like my elder brother. So he's just been too kind, very, very nice to me. And this film is so beautifully written, Goodbye is so beautifully written. I just fell in love with it as soon as I read it. And like there was no debate on whether we should do it or not do it. It was just read the script, let's move on. So yeah, there was a conscious choice for changing the look, and because you have to be honest with the part that you're playing. And my directors, all three of them, are very, very सुलझे हुए and बहुत प्यारे लोग हैं, तो I trust them completely. So whatever they say, I just go for it.
So, there's a lot been spoken about two things. Firstly, female-led content that's doing very well. Yesterday at the trailer launch, in fact, this question was being asked that do you feel female-led content is not working as compared to male-led content? I didn't agree to that question because I don't think it's a gender thing anymore.
I agree with you. Yeah.
It's the star or who the actor is or what the script is. I remember.
I think अब तो star भी नहीं है यार.
हाँ,
I think it's
that's
just
what.
about the content.
Just about the
Anyone,
content.
yeah, the audience, if they love the content, they're
Yeah.
gonna just, they're gonna have at it. अगर नहीं पसंद आया तो it can be anyone. It's not working. So,
Yeah.
I think that question when you said कि you don't agree with, I agree with you there.
Because the star power only I think comes in very fewer times. Like it's like a massy entertainer that Salman's doing, or Ajay is coming up with something. We get to know कि okay, ये तो चलेगी. People as they say ये तो चलेगी. Like Dabang 1, 2, 3, 4. It does work at the box office. But if you remove Salman Khan from it, will it work is the question.
Yeah.
Exactly as you said, I remember watching throughout the lockdown 2 years. I learned about so many new actors and so many talented people, because once I watched their project, I was like, wow, he or she is so good.
Yeah.
And we want to watch more and more. Do you also see yourself in that space? Because when I read articles about you or when I write about you, I do refer to you as one of the most promising actors that we have in today's time.
You're damn sweet, firstly. You're
Thank
damn
you.
sweet. What was your question? Sorry.
Do you feel that it's the content all the way up?
I think so. Now it is. It's come to that. मेरे बोलने से क्या होगा? जिस वो दिख रहा है. Everybody, because I think वो the in the lockdown, because we were consuming so much content, and also there's so much content to choose from. So now you have 5 things to choose from, and you would only choose the ones that you think you're gonna like. And if you like it, then you're gonna go for it. If you don't like it, you're gonna reject it. So I think content is obviously king right now, and I think it's a good thing. It'll make us step a little, like change our game and go upwards and find newer ways, newer stories to tell. So I think it's a great thing.
I also read somewhere you want to direct something. That would be an exciting thing to watch.
Yeah, so I meant it in a way. They asked me, so would you like to become a director someday? I said, yeah,
Okay.
probably someday, but I have a lot to learn. Direction is not an easy job. It's a
Definitely.
very, very tough job to do. So I need to learn a lot more. Of course, I would like to direct one day, and that one day is quite far away because I just want to act right now, and I just wanna. By the way, that's my cat.
Hi.
That's Fred.
What's the name?
Fred.
Fred. Hi, Fred.
Fred is a little camera shy. Huh? You say
So
hi?
cute.
Yeah.
Okay. But, also talking about this web, firstly, how do you see these debates as web versus theatre? I think they are beautifully coexisting. Also, this debate about South versus Bollywood. Do you indulge yourself into these thoughts, or do you read about these things?
I read about it and I forget about it. It really doesn't bother me in terms of I'm doing. Everybody is doing work which they think is good only. Nobody makes anything with the intention हम तो बहुत ही खराब बनाने वाले हैं. तो अब सबकी conviction है. Everybody is trying their best. Obviously, there is a little. After the pandemic, things are not very stable right now, and it's not like it's not going to find its balance. It will find a balance sooner or later. I hope it is sooner. But yes, there is a अभी downward trend है, but वो नीचे जा रहा है तो ऊपर भी आएगा. So ये debates actually doesn't really matter as long as you're doing work and as long as you are doing anything with conviction. बाकी doesn't really matter, I think.
Got it. The social media trend of trolling and being harsh on someone just because he or she is a public figure, do you face that in reality?
I suck at social media. You must have seen it.
No, but I saw there were quite a lot of posts, and BTS and with Ashwini also I saw quite a few pictures.
Yeah, because Ashwini ma'am is very good at social media. She takes amazing pictures of mine.
Yeah.
So yeah, because she was there, she was taking such beautiful photos of mine, so I had to post them. But I generally not very. I'm not on Instagram the whole day.
Okay.
of course I read my comments and all of that, but comments आते हैं, sweet comments आ रहे हैं अभी. I think
Lucky
once
you.
हाँ अभी एक पिक्चर अगर कोई बीच में पिक्चर पिट गई तो फिर शायद गंदे comments आएंगे, पर अभी तक तो अच्छे comments आ रहे हैं, thankfully.
That's actually not a lot of actors are blessed. So
Yeah.
you are actually lucky in that space. But also, you know, talking about the genres now, we see like I watched Good Luck Jerry last night and I really loved it.
I love the trailer.
Yeah, they have blended crime with comedy so well, and I see that happening with horror comedies, with crime comedies, or with any two genres just coming and getting blended together perfectly. Is there any genre in your mind that you would love to explore?
It's the first time I did a comedy, so like Goodbye is like it's a comedy, it's a drama, it's a beautiful story. It's the first time I attempted comedy, and I was really, really scared of it. I never thought I could, be funny or. But I had a director like Vikas Behel, who is so funny inherently, and he knows his timing to the T. I loved doing comedy, so I think I want to explore that part a little more. Because I was just enjoying that process, and I was just enjoying, and with each take and with each improv and with each conversation with the director, the scene was getting better and we were finding something new in the scene. So I loved it. It was almost like a workshop for me. So I think I would like to explore the comedy a little more probably.
And we would definitely love to watch you in the comedy space more.
Yay, thank you.
In a lot of more genres. But thank you so much, Pavail, for doing this. It was really, really a heart-to-heart conversation that I was actually looking forward to having with you ever since I watched Thappad. And we finally did that. So
Yes,
thank you for this.
No, thank you. Thank you so much.